Swinford, County Mayo, the venue for a Connacht derby at the start of the 2017 Lidl National League, and for Cora Staunton to start her remarkable 23rd season after a long week of speculation about her future. Of course, the 10-time All-Star answered everyone with a trademark goal, though Galway won the game by a point.
Well, I suppose I don't really pay too much attention to it. Obviously, there was a bit of pressure coming on to announce it. I kind of was at a Sky Sports event as part of my job and kind of got collared to ask what I was doing, and I just kind of said I hadn't made a decision, but I'd make it before the start of the league. So I think that was picked up, and probably a bit of time pressure come on then obviously to make a decision. Obviously I'd spoken to Yvonne and Martha, and the three of us decided, I think, Thursday, and we rang Frank Friday morning to tell him. So yeah, it's a bit of pressure. Obviously today we're disappointed with the result. But we're only, myself, Yvonne, Martha, only back since Friday night. But the team as a whole, we're only back training the last 2 weeks. So we haven't missed him very much. So we've a lot of work to catch up on. Positives and negatives from the performance today. I suppose at one point of each, you'll always look at the small things that you could have done better. But I think we kept going right to the end, and obviously we had one or two players in the sin bin too that didn't help. So but that's the way it goes. It's the first round of the league. We're still in January, and we'll push on to next week to Monaghan.
So Yvonne and Martha and yourself, was it a bit of a pact? Was it one in, all in? Did you all say we all have to go back?
Yeah, I suppose that's the way it is. Yeah, we kind of, not that we individually looked at our own life and our situations in life, but yeah, it would have been a thing that we'd have all gone back together, and we sat down and we'd have been discussing it a small bit, I suppose, over Christmas and maybe early parts of January, and we were really 50-50 on the fence, I suppose. We're all roughly around the same age, and myself and Yvonne have probably done a few more years in Mayo than Martha. But yeah, we're a long time in the go, and I suppose we've seen the setup that was there from last year, and obviously going close last year. And we've seen the setup that we had, that we'd give it one more rattle. So we're back for another slog, but obviously January and February being the hard months now to be back.
But what went through your mind when you were trying to make a decision? What was your personal thought process?
Well, I suppose there's a number of things. Obviously, it's a huge time commitment. I'm working 2 jobs at the moment, so it's to have a time. When I give everything to football, I'll give 100%. It's not that you'll come in and you'll give 60 or 70%. You'll miss a training here and there. That never happens. So it's have you the time? Do you want to do, I suppose, other things in your life maybe that you never got a chance to do with football? So that's a huge thing. And is your body able for it? Your mind as well, obviously at times. And I don't want to go out. I want to try and go out at the top of your game as well. Are you able to keep up your performances that you maybe the standards that you've set for yourself over the last number of years? So it's all of that. And I suppose a lot of days you're going out and you're being double marked and stuff, so it can be frustrating at times as well. And are you enjoying it? And I suppose when we looked at all them things, we're enjoying it, and we think that we're able for it. And other people might have obviously opinions on that, but we're in it now, and I suppose we're in it now till Mayo get knocked out, whenever that will be.
Was there a time when you thought, what's life going to be like without playing for Mayo, and did you think, no, I just don't want that, I love this too much?
Yeah, obviously that's a huge thing, and people have asked me before, what are you going to do after football? As people said earlier on, it is like a drug, and it's something that you're so used to doing. I'm doing this since I was 13, as well documented, 23 years doing this. So it's no different. But I'm sure after when my career is finished with me, I'll be involved in some way with football, whether I'll stay with the club or go into coach or whatever it is. You'll still be involved. Yeah, I think I've talked to a lot of people, obviously, that ask you when you meet them on the street or different functions, and especially people that maybe said, I retired too early. If you're able to keep going, keep going. So I think my performances and the girls' performances over the last few years have been high enough that we think to ourselves that we're able to keep going. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. The body obviously takes a few days longer to recover than it normally does, but yeah, we'll get over it today, and we'll move on to next Sunday.
And just finally, what sort of response have you had since you made the decision from teammates, from management, but also Mayo supporters, and even maybe further than that?
Yeah, I suppose obviously it's been a huge response. I suppose on social media now, I try to keep away from it as much as I can, because most of the stuff obviously is positive on it. But yeah, the response has been massive. Obviously, I'd have good friends in the team outside of football that maybe, especially clubmates of mine, would be not putting pressure on you, but we want to know what you're doing. The response has been massive. Obviously, the management team, the response from them as well. But we have to look at it. It's not about me, and it's not about Yvonne. It's not about Martha. We're only cogs in a big wheel. There's 30 girls there and more, and there's a big management team that make Mayo tick and make Mayo what they are. So it's not about us, and obviously the focus has been on me more so than the other two girls. But it's not. It's a team sport, and it's never going to be an individual sport. So it's today is about Mayo. Us obviously not getting the performance today and getting the win, but it'll be about Mayo next week. It'll be about Mayo in a year or two's time when I'm playing. You're only there in the jersey to pass it on to someone. I suppose I've been longer in the jersey than many, but when I do finally give it up, it'll go to someone else, and I'll be forgotten about, and there'll be a new star.